Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style. Today I thought I would talk about a topic that I have been reading and thinking a bit about lately. And I do talk about Inside Out Style all the time, and that is the name of my blog, is Inside Out Style, because really when we align our style with who we are on the inside, as a person, as a whole being, then the outside feels comfortable and it makes you feel confident. And that's one way of looking at Inside Out Style, but there are some other ways of looking at these as concepts as well. So there is a field of study called enclothed cognition, and this is how the brain and how we actually react to wearing different sorts of clothes. So, there's things like if we wear more formal clothing, say more, suiting or work type clothing, it makes us feel more authoritative and powerful. Versus if we wear, say, athletic clothes, we are more likely to go and exercise. If we wear brightly coloured clothes, it makes us feel more joy. So there are different aspects to clothing and our behaviour related to. So there's a whole field called enclothed cognition. And there's a couple of concepts I was reading about in this, which really relates to inside out and outside in. So there's one called mood illustration dressing. So we are dressing to illustrate the mood we are in. So if I'm feeling down, then I get dressed in my saggiest, baggiest, worst clothes. I don't take any care. I probably don't do any grooming, and I don't change my mood. I'm illustrating how I'm feeling. And there is research that shows that when people are feeling depressed, they tend to wear more sloppy clothes and clothes that just don't work for them, and clothes that certainly don't make them feel good. They don't take care with their appearance. And this is why I really think that style is an element of self-care, because we do know we can also do mood enhancement dressing. And this is an outside-in approach where we decide what we want to feel and we dress in a way that's going to give us that. So this is why when we're feeling depressed, we generally will avoid our best clothes because we don't feel good enough for them. When in fact, if we put on our best clothes, it's been found to enhance our mood and actually make us feel better. So this is an outside-in approach. So deciding whether we want to, but if we're in a great mood, our mood illustration dressing may be that we're going to wear something fun and colourful and vibrant, or something playful with a pattern, or the leopard print, or today I've got the butterflies on. So this is a mood illustration dressing. I'm not having to put on this to make me feel better. But if I was feeling not so good, it could be something I could go and use my clothing and use my clothing choices to help enhance how I want to feel. So if I wanted to feel more powerful and authoritative, I'd put on something more formal. I might put a blazer on. If I wanted to feel more fun, then I might look for a pattern top that's multicolored or has multiple repeating spots or things like that. We have found that circular patterns and repeating circular patterns we see as more fun. Get the polka dots out. So there are these two ways of thinking about how we can control our emotions in a way using our clothing. And I think this is something that most people never really think about. It's not something that we do. And it was something I found really interesting that when I went to Thailand a few months ago to do training over there, what was fantastic is one of my students who turned up and she was like saying she was feeling so much better because this was her first opportunity in the past 2 years to actually get dressed up in a way that made her feel really good, because she loved getting dressed up. She enjoyed the whole process of getting dressed up. And because she'd been working from home for the last 2 years and hadn't had a need to get dressed up, she'd felt like that had made her mood lower versus being able to go out and come into this classroom and get dressed up. She said it was just making her feel so good. So I think it's something you want to think about is when you wake up in the morning, before you decide what to wear, I want you to think about your mood. Notice what mood you're in. Do you want to illustrate the mood you're in? Hopefully you're in a good mood, and then you will illustrate that. Or maybe you're in a not so good mood and you want to feel better about yourself. So this is the opportunity, rather than grabbing whatever is on the wardrobe or whatever is easy, or just the leggings and the sweater or that sort of thing that's really easy but may not make you feel stylish. This is your opportunity instead to put together an outfit. Maybe it's got some color in it. Maybe it's avoiding the all black or the all neutral and going for something with some color in it will help you improve your mood. Now, I was reading about a psychologist who actually does things where she'll prescribe the person to wear, she said, I've prescribed for someone to wear yellow or a bright color because it does actually help someone who is depressed feel better about themselves. And I certainly know from my own experiences that if I'm feeling down and then I dress in a way, I think, I just can't be bothered today. I'm just going to put on the, sloppy old jeans and whatever is closest. And I'm not going to do my hair and makeup. And I'm really not going to take any care for my appearance. And then every time I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror and I think, oh, yeah. And it does not improve my mood. In fact, it continues to kind of keep me down at a low mood. Versus if I actually take a few minutes to put together a nice outfit, to do some grooming, when I do catch sight of myself in the mirror, when I'm in the bathroom, I actually feel better about myself. It does actually enhance my mood. And of course, when we dress in a way that is, making us feel more stylish. And if you are someone who enjoys using your style to create connections and to have conversations with other people, and it's something recently I was talking to a client about who was talking about how during, the lockdown, she'd previous to that kind of been avoiding, getting together with people just because it seemed like it was too much of an effort. But she said, I really missed it. And I've noticed that this is something I want to do more of. And this is where that if you notice that maybe not getting dressed up for the past 2 years and your mood has been lower, why not try do mood enhancing dressing every day for a few weeks? And in fact, there is even a term for that, and I think it is mood reinforcement dressing. So once you figure out what is working that enhances your mood and makes you feel good, it feels authentic for you. Dressing that way repeatedly over and over and over again reinforces that mood rather than having ups and downs in the same way as if we could dress, great one day and poorly the next. So I always think, though, it's important to think about when we're thinking about that inside out approach, that we can illustrate the mood, but we don't always want to illustrate our down moods. Maybe this is where we can use enhancement dressing, but we want whatever we are choosing to feel authentic from the inside out. And this is where we can use style to do that. And there is a lot of research that shows in some ways we become how we behave. And so when you behave in a way that means that you get dressed up in stylish outfits every day, you actually become that person, because when we're wearing those stylish outfits, it does give us more confidence. It makes us feel better about ourselves. It raises our self-esteem. And that actually means that we have this nice spiral upward approach. And it does actually turn you into that person over time. So just something to think about is, are you going to dress to illustrate your mood, or are you going to dress to enhance your mood? Or will you dress to reinforce a great mood? Hopefully you're not dressing to reinforce a poor mood. There you go. So little something to think about. And of course, if you want to know more about how to find more about your style, how to take your style and turn it into something that really represents who you are and is aligned with you from the inside out, please do come and join me in my 7 Steps to Style program, which also includes my Evolve Your Style 31-Day Style Challenge, which I have been told many times is life-changing, as well as my new Visualize Your Style mini course, which helps you turn what can feel really not esoteric, that's not the right word, ephemeral. How do I turn my personality and my values into something that is visual and, actually concrete and wearable? So please do join me inside these programs. You will gain so much from the style education you get from them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.